Can a regular glass window actually generate electricity without losing its transparency? And could skyscrapers turn into clean energy power plants just by coating their facades? If the windows themselves can produce power, how will the look of smart cities change in the future? And what role do nanoparticles play in making this dream a reality? The answer is all in a transparent coating that works through super tiny nanoparticles you can't even see with the naked eye. These particles actually absorb specific spectrums of sunlight, like ultraviolet and infrared rays, which are totally invisible to our eyes. Plus, these particles don't block visible light from passing through, so the window looks totally clear, just like a regular one. Then, the particles redirect that absorbed energy toward the edges of the glass with insane precision. At the edges of the window, there are these super tiny solar cells installed that are probably no bigger than a few millimeters. These cells catch that directed energy and turn it into an electric current that you can use right away. This technology doesn't even need extra space on roofs or in big fields like those old-school solar panels. For example, you can just apply it to existing windows in buildings without needing any major architectural changes at all. If we applied this coating to the glass facades of skyscrapers, these massive buildings would transform into huge energy generators. Seriously, the amount of glass on just one building could be enough to power hundreds of homes. Regular homes will totally benefit from this tech too, since you can just coat all your windows. For example, a normal living room window could generate enough electricity to keep your TV or lights running for hours. This innovation isn't just for buildings either. It could even make its way onto the screens of our smart devices. If we coated our phone screens with this material, they might actually charge themselves just by being out in the sun. And for cars with big windows, they'll actually be able to generate some of their own power. For example, an electric car parked out in the sun could have its windows charge up the auxiliary battery. Even bus and train stations with glass shelters can get in on the action. Those panels could easily generate enough electricity to power up the info signs or keep those charging stations running. So scientists really had to develop nanoparticles that could capture energy with super high precision without messing with the transparency at all. They actually managed to design these particles to be anywhere from 1 to 100 nanometers in size. These particles are made from specific semiconductor materials, like titanium oxide or quantum dots, and the efficiency is constantly getting better, with some experiments actually hitting over 5% conversion of the sunlight that hits them. If this tech goes mainstream, carbon emissions are going to drop like crazy. Buildings are responsible for about 40% of global energy consumption, and these smart windows are totally going to cut that number down. If research in this field keeps moving forward, we might eventually reach a point where windows can cover a building's entire electricity needs. That way, smart cities will become way more sustainable, and clean energy will be a part of every single glass surface we walk by every day.